Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Then in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning
Now, we'd like to start with the starting lineups of today's game. First, with the visitors, ETC Knights. Leading off, the shortstop, number 23, Ashton Burroughs. Batting second, the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter. Batting third, the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber. Batting fifth, the DH, number 37, Jameson Berry. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 57, Anthony Gates. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 1, Ben Alessandro. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 4, Nolan Joslin. And on the mound, number 12, Ethan Sigmund. The non-starters, number 24, Hank Barrett. Number 33, Carson Smith. Number 14, Braden Sampson. And number 5, Preston Petrosky. And now, the starting lineup for Central City. Leading off, the DH, number 23, Quinn Jensen. Batting second, the catcher, number 7, Oliver Miller. Oliver Herman. Batting third, the center fielder, number 33, Connor Erickson. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 4, Colvin Peters. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 6, Caden Warner. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 25, Logan Fakiner. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 12, Coulter Looters. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 1, Parker Zickman. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 3, Martin Gonzalez. And in right field, number 10, Jacob Brzee. The non-starters, number 9, Angelo Pozzi. Number 32, Brian Redmond. Number 35, Jackson Gustafson. Number 24, Luke McCard. Number 22, Talon Kelso. 28, Trick Detlefstrom. And 26, Tristan Richardson. Your umpires for today's game. Behind the plate, Dan Flynn from Valley. First base, Bill Bivens from Lincoln. At second base, Mitch Burnett from Takema. And at third base, Troy Lanham from Omaha.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Then in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight.
In the top of the first inning, the shortstop, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
Austin McNorton back here with you from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Happy to be here with you with the lights on for game number 13 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. An exciting one here for our nightcap, an elimination game for ETC Mount Michael. Central City trying to go to the championship undefeated, and a swinging bunt down the third base line over to first, and Caden Warner has out number one.
Burrows out at first on a check swing. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter.
So unlucky there for Ashton Burrows as ETC Mount Michael taking on Central City here in the top of the first. Do it for the Knights, the 1-2-3 hitters against Caden Warner out there on the mound, the right-handed pitcher for the team in green here on this Tuesday evening. And let's go ahead and look at first pitch, as this one started a little bit later after game number 1 today went into the bottom of the 9th, where Brester Construction Lincoln Christian walked off West Point 4-3 in a wild game. 84 degrees sunny here from Valley. We've had great weather here all tournament long. This has been the warmest day by far out of our 3 days, as this is roped into center right at Connor Erickson. He runs in for out number 2.
Teeter flies out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
And that brings up the left fielder, Cam Cerrone, after Ashton Burrows and Max Teeter both go down. And let's go ahead and look at the Central City defense. It's Vakiner out in left, Connor Erickson in center, Brazzi in right, Peters at third, Gonzalez at short, Parker Zickman stands at second, Coulter Luters at first, Oliver Herman in the catcher's gear once again, and Caden Warner is out on the mound. How did each of these two teams get here? Well, kind of two different paths for sure. As Central City, they're undefeated, 3-0 here in this tournament so far. They defeated Brester Construction in day number 1, 8-0 after 5 innings. They then defeated Crete in a back-and-forth game on Sunday afternoon, 7-4. Last night against the Bombers of West Point, they came from behind and won 7-3. To advance here undefeated tonight. This is hit through the hole on the right side. A diving play by Zickman. He can't get there. It's a 2-out single for Cam Cerrone, and Mount Michael has a base runner on with nobody out. Or 2 outs, I should say.
That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
So that's how undefeated 28-0 Central City advanced here into this semifinal round undefeated. ETC Mount Michael, a much different route. They got walked off by Alliance in game number 1 on Saturday afternoon, 4-3. So they had to work their way through the losers bracket. They played the host site, the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley, on Sunday afternoon and won that game 9-2. And then yesterday afternoon against Crete, the Knights had one of the most unreal innings of baseball you'll ever see, where they brought 18 guys to the plate, scoring 14 runs on 10 hits and 1 walk. It was unbelievable. All of it was with they were losing 4-1 going into the top of the fifth, and in that top of the fifth, they scored 14 runs on 10 hits and 1 walk to win it in 5 innings, 15-5. Truly incredible. And so here they are taking on Central City in game number 13 of this great tournament. It's the cleanup man and first baseman Will Schieber in the batter's box here for ETC Mount Michael with a runner on first and 2 away. We appreciate all the support we've gotten from all of you tuning into our broadcasts, leaving comments in the chat and all those kind of good things. Kerry Collingham says, let's go CC boys. Tyler Gall says, let's go CC. Caden's pitching, let's go kid. Kathy says, go Central City boys. And Oliva Coleman says, let's go CC boys. So we appreciate all the shout-outs, any player shout-outs, and any of those kind of good things as it's ball 4 on Will Schieber. And there's 2 on with 2 outs for the Knights here in the top of the first.
Puts runners on first and second. That'll now bring up the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
So Cam Cerrone stands at second. Will Schieber stands at first for the designated hitter for the Knights. Jamison Berry stands in the right-hand box. ETC Mount Michael in the red uniforms, white pants, black numbers, red helmets. Central City back here in the white pants, green jerseys, green socks, white numbers, and gold trim. Well, Matt, we've seen just a little bit of everything from this tournament, my friend. It has been spectacular.
Yeah, it's been a fun tournament to watch. We've encountered some unusual things that have happened in that you will see in baseball. Very rare things, a triple play, 2 no-hitters plus 1 perfect game going into the 7th inning in the exact same game.
Yep, that was the game that just happened in case you missed it.
Right,
yeah.
You don't see things like that in very many. You probably won't see that again.
You don't see 14-run innings. It's been crazy. As this is hit up the middle, tough play for Zickman that he makes look routine to end the side. It's 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the first, tied at 0 on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEConstruction@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. With the lights on for game number 13 of this really special 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament between the Knights of ETC Mount Michael and the undefeated Team in Green Central City. As we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless, and out there on the mound is Ethan Siegmund for ETC Mount Michael. The right-hander faces the 1-2-3 batters of Central City. Quinn Jensen, a leadoff single right back where it came from, and the DH is on with nobody out for Central City. We've seen that quite a bit as we appreciate everyone tuning in to our broadcast on BSDN Live. And this broadcast truly would not be possible if it weren't for all of the sponsors that you see rotating through the bottom right corner of your screen. And we are joined in our broadcast by Jamie Jorgensen, who organized all of those sponsors, and just talk about the community support that this tournament has had, Jamie, because it's been pretty special. And those sponsors are the reason that this is even happening right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Our local sponsors have been incredible all season and throughout the years that I've been a part of the organization. And right away, as these 8 teams descended upon us here for this season, we had a lot of folks that wanted to help out and get their name on the rotation screen. They were really excited to have the opportunity to have you guys here live streaming all the games, especially the folks from Central City a little bit further west and Alliance. They were really appreciative to have this opportunity.
Well, Central City fans have definitely been tuning in. We've gotten a lot of shout-outs here already for this one, and boy, they've had a pretty solid team here, 25-0 coming in to the tournament, and they've continued their hot bats, elite pitching, and defense as well, as it's Oliver Herman in the batter's box now with a runner at first. As let's go ahead and take a look at the Knights defense behind righty Ethan Siegmund, as this is hit up the middle slowly. Burrows will step on second for one, over to first, a sliding play by Herman. Beats out the double play, but there's one out and one on now. As Oliver Herman reaches on the... Oh, they're going to say that Burrows... Oh, thank you, Jamie. They're going to say that Burrows missed the bag at second. So there's 2 on with nobody out. A big miss by Ashton Burrows. And Central City's in business. As Oliver Herman will now reach on an infield single. And Jamie, did you get a better look at that than I did? That was a close play at second.
That was a really close play, man. I thought he had him here, but, yeah, definitely looks like they missed the bag on that play, and gosh darn it.
It was Burrows. It was a slow roller up to him, and he did his best to get the force out and throw out. Herman beat the throw at first anyway, but they're saying that Quinn Jensen made it safely at second as well after the Mount Michael coach has a conversation out there with the second base umpire, and a 4-umpire crew here for days 3, 4, and 5. That's the other thing. These umpiring crew, how does it work as this is hit over to second? Alessandro will go to second for one, over to first. It's not in time. So this time they do get the force at second, but now there's runners at the corners with one away. But, Jamie, do you know what kind of goes into finding the umpiring crew and how you work with them throughout a tournament like this?
Yeah, so our state directors, they work with the umpires. They kind of have some criteria that they have to meet, and then they'll select a umpire in charge, which is Troy, that's out there on third base tonight. And he puts his crew together. And, man, they've been real solid throughout the whole tournament, I would have to admit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Here's Colbin Peters now, and he ropes one over the head of Ashton Burrows and down into the left center field gap. An RBI single off of one pitch, and Central City has jumped down on top once again, 1-0 after 3 hits in just this inning alone. And it seems like, Jamie, right now that Central City is all over Ethan Siegmund here early.
That he is, yeah. Ethan's going to have to find something else here to throw here. We're going to have starting our little rally going, I think.
Connor Erickson moves up to second. Peters stands at first with 1 out and 2 on. And that brings up batter number 5 and pitcher on the mound for Central City, Caden Warner. As yesterday in their victory as he sends one out over to short. Burrows has trouble over to first. It's not in time. And the bases are now loaded for the team in green. We'll see
Marner reaches on the air.
on the
Loads
East
bases.
6.
That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 25.
So Erickson stands at third. Colbin Peters stands at second. Mourner stands at first for Logan Vakiner. And right now,
Running for the pitcher, number 9, Angelo Pazzi.
Pazzi will go over to first to run for Mourner. And here's the left fielder, Logan Vakiner. We'll take a look at what he did yesterday in the 7-3 victory over West Point. Logan went 1 for 2, I should say, with a single and a run scored and a walk and a run scored. So each time he got on base, he touched home plate, trying to bring in some runs here with the bases juiced. And this will go foul, but that would have been trouble in front of Gates, Alessandro, and Schieber. Couldn't have asked for any better weather, too. I mean, my gosh.
We got really lucky. We had
Yeah.
real chances, some severe weather coming through on Saturday, and that skirted us. And, yeah, the park has been beautiful for the whole tournament.
The fan support has been fantastic. And there's a pitch low and away on Vakiner, the righty. Again, standing at third is Connor Erickson. He reached on the fielder's choice. Colbin Peters singled, stands at second. And Pazzi stands at first, running in place of Caden Mourner, who reached on the error. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Vakiner with 1 out. And 1 already across here for Central City. Low and away, good dig by Wewell. It's been fun to talk to a lot of these players, too, after each game. And Miles Wewell, we got a chance to talk to him after a Mount Michael victory on Sunday, I believe, after they took out Waterloo Valley inside. Yesterday, I'm trying to remember who we talked. Do you remember who we talked to yesterday, Matt? For Mount Michael?
For Mount Michael?
Yeah. I think we just kind of picked because after that 14-run inning, you and I were kind of laughing about, I mean, you could pick any one of them. And it is ball 4 on the 3-1 pitch that walks in a run. Yeah, it's Culture Looters who hit the home run for Central City is who we talked to.
Now bring up the first baseman.
For ETC, man. Oh, we talked to Ben Alessandro because he went 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. That's who we talked to for Mount Michael. We talked to Culture Looters for Central City. So Connor Erickson scores from third. Colbin Peters advances to third. Pazzi stands at second. Vakiner stands at first. And here is Culture Looters. He is the only home run of the tournament for any of the 8 teams that were here, as this tournament field is now cut down to 3. And it was just over the top of the left field wall out there to about 331. Jonas Mears Richmond said it was about 331 is where the distance on it, which no wind. There's been no wind here in Valley, so it's a tough park to hit home runs in. And there's a pitch on the outside part of the zone called a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike.
It is, yeah. It is a big park. That's a good point. Coulter looks at a pitch low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. For Culture Looters, he's the first baseman and batting number 7 in the Central City lineup. Outside, and it's a full count. And once again, nowhere for Ethan to put him.
This is a huge at-bat right here.
Yeah, I would think so too. And for Central City to be able to have a good inning turn into a great inning, it's popped up into straightaway right. Gates makes the catch, and nobody goes anywhere. Had a chance to have a pickoff at second maybe, but Central City doesn't go anywhere. It's a fly out to right, and that brings Parker Zigman. That's a big out, Jamie.
That is a huge out for ETC. They'll get out of this maybe with a little less hurt than they were going to maybe start with, but those bases loaded and 1 out.
And I was going to say I think it'd be pretty critical if Central City could jump out to a big lead here and just kind of take the wind out of the sails of this Knights squad who's coming in hot. as this is sent to center, and they leave the bases loaded with a fly out to center. Nice job by Ethan Sigmund to only allow 2, but in that inning, it is 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs, and 3 left on. We go to the second. ETC Mount Michael trailing 2-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEConstruction@gmail.com.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Awesome McNorton, Jamie Jorgensen back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live as we go to inning number 2. Central City already jumps out on top 2-0 after 3 hits and a walk in the bottom of the first, but Mount Michael was able to strand the bases loaded going through that really red-hot bottom of the order for Central City. And so maybe the Knights can turn that into a little bit of momentum. And boy, this Knights team does have some momentum. There's no doubt about that. After this is hit over to second, Parker Zickman with the glove over to first in time, and there's one away on Miles Wewell. But like I was saying, there certainly is some momentum for this Knights squad after they got walked off by Alliance in game number 1. They then took on the host site, Waterloo Valley, won 9-2. I don't know if upset is the right word, but maybe an eyebrow-raising performance yesterday against who came in as, on paper, the second-best team in the tournament in Crete. And Mount Michael put it to them 15-5, again with that 14-run inning. And so they scored 24 runs in the last 2 games offensively. So a team who's really hot against a pitching staff for Central City who's been pretty hot all year. One of them's got to give, but it's kind of fun to see which one will.
Yeah, you can't count this Mount Michael team out at all. They have come up big when they needed to with clutch hits.
Yep.
So anything can happen, you know, in the game of baseball, but this Mount Michael team has found a way to scrap through some real tough games and get the W's out of there.
I mean, even going back to game number 1 against Alliance, they were trailing 3-0 through 4 innings, and they came all the way back to tie it before Mount Michael walked it off, and there's a called third strike in the bottom right corner on Anthony Gates. And there's 2 up, 2 down quickly for the Knights, and that brings the second baseman and yesterday's player of the game for ETC Mount Michael, Ben Alessandro. But yeah, like I was saying, and to your point, Jamie, they were trailing 3-0 to Alliance before they came all the way back, and Alliance then walked them off.
Right.
And then ever since then, they've been good against Waterloo Valley as this is hit up the middle to Erickson, and another 2-out single for ETC Mount Michael, and this one, Ben Alessandro keeps his hot bat going, and he stands at first with 2 away for batter number 9, Nolan Jocelyn. But against Crete yesterday, they were trailing 4-1 going into that 5th inning before scoring 14 runs on 10 hits. So, yeah, coming from behind is nothing that scares them as this just rolls foul past first, and Jocelyn has a strike against him with 2 outs and a runner at first for the Knights. As Ben Alessandro, we talked about how hot of a bat he's swinging for the Knights. He was 2 for 2 yesterday as this skips away from Herman, the farthest we've seen a ball go away from him. And Alessandro's into scoring position now with 2 outs. So a big spot here for Jocelyn. If nothing else, to just try and get the top of the order back up in this case, right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think that's the smart move here, is trying to get your hits and your from the lineup here at the top. But I'll tell you what, even the CTC team, they can hit top to bottom as well, too, in the right time. So, I mean, Ben, he's kind of in that bottom corner of that lineup here, but he's been really hot this whole tournament.
And this is a chop back to Mourner on the mound. Fires it to first in time to retire the side. It's 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on. As we go to the bottom of the second, Central City leads Mount Michael 2-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Austin McNorton, Jamie Jorgensen back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the second. Central City back up to bat, leading 2-0, and first pitch swinging by Martin Gonzalez, the shortstop. To lead things off here with a 2-0 lead after, once again, the Knights had a 2-out single that they left stranded. The 9-1-2 hitters due up here for Central City, and Martin Gonzalez stands in the right-hand box.
He's a dangerous hitter even in the 9-hole.
Yeah. There's really no part of this order that's easy for Central City as he hits it over to first. Schieber comes off the bag, and wow, a close play as Martin Gonzalez goes diving in head first, but he'll be put out, and it's 1 up, 1 down. But yeah, yesterday, Martin Gonzalez, he hit a triple yesterday. If that tells you anything about the strength of this lineup. And that brings us back to the top of the order, and Quinn Jensen, who's 1 for 1 already with a single and a run scored. As he didn't take long in his at-bat and sent it right back where it came from, up the middle. Jensen has been the DH now in back-to-back games for Central City. As this is hit right to the shortstop Burrows. He doesn't have to move, and there's 2 away. It's just hit right at him softly. And Jensen last night went 1 for 4 with a single, and that brings Oliver Herman back into the batter's box. Last night against West Point, I don't know if struggled is the right word, but 1 for 4 for him is below his average for sure, as he had a single, a strikeout, a fly out to third, and reached on a fielder's choice. So 1 for 4 for him. That's usually good for most. For him, For a batting average of .527, it's well below his average. As this is fouled up. In over third, tough play and running around in circles is Max Teeter, but it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Much needed there for Ethan Siegman. And down goes the team in green in order, 1, 2, 3. We go to the third as Central City leads ETC Mount Michael 2-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton, Jamie Jorgensen with you as we go to the third. Central City leads 2-0. And Jamie, immediately after that bottom of the second, you and I both said, wow, because Central City doesn't go down 1, 2, 3 very often. So we'll see if the Knights can maybe try and turn that into a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think this entire tournament they have gone 3 up, 3 down, actually, thinking back to the games that they played. So that was a little surprising to see, especially in kind of the 9-1-2 spot where they've been really solid.
Yeah, I'm looking back just at their game yesterday. Oh, they did. As this is sent into right and a base hit, a leadoff base hit. This time for the leadoff man, Ashton Burrows. The third hit of the night for the Knights. But they did go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the sixth last night against West Point. But that was honestly more of just all right, let's just get our pitchers back up and close out the game against the Bombers. Yeah. In the bottom of the sixth when it was pretty much all up in hand at that point. But now the Knights trying to make a little bit of noise as they have a leadoff base runner after their third hit of the night now. And that brings Max Teeter back into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center in inning number 1 and looks at a pitch called a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on and nobody out against Caden Warner. And let's go ahead and look at his numbers on the mound this summer for Central City. Caden has only pitched 10 innings now this summer as he's gone 2 here tonight. 10 innings in 3 games played, 3 games started. He's only faced 31 batters. And now advancing up to second, getting away from Herman, is Ashton Burrows. And the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. But continuing with Caden Warner, just 31 batters faced. He's 2-0 in those 2 starts. He's given up now 7 hits, 2 runs. All right, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 of those being earned. 7 walks, 8 strikeouts, hit over to third, and it pulls Luders off the bag, and sliding into third head first is Ashton Burrows. Nice base running by Ashton Burrows, and Max Teeter stands at first, and the Knights have runners at the corners now with nobody out.
Yeah, here's that momentum you were just talking about right here.
Now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Sorrow.
So that'll go down. Was that a hit, Matt, or? Yeah. That was an infield hit for Max Teeter. He stands over at first. Ashton Burrows advances to third on good base running, and here comes Cam Cerrone into the righty box. He's already 1 for 1 today against Warner. Big cut there, and advancing to second without a throw goes Max Teeter, knowing that Oliver Herman wouldn't throw it there because he wanted to keep Burrows at third. And so the tying run stands in scoring position now with still nobody out. And the umpires are talking about it down the third baseline. But continuing with Caden Warner's numbers again, 2 games played, 2 games started, 31 batters faced. He's 2-0, given up now 8 hits on the season, including tonight, 1 earned run. He has struck out 8, walked 7, and a 0.875 ERA. Again, in just a small amount of work, but still impressive in just those 2 games and 2 starts. Oh.
Batter's interference call there.
Okay. So Cam Cerrone is out on batter's interference, and Max Teeter will have to go back to first. So Central City catches a break, and just like that, there's 1 away.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Mount Michael right there.
I honestly didn't see it. Did you see it, Matt?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was interference, but he should have thrown it, though.
So
Down on batter's interference for the first out of the inning. Then I'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
unlucky there for Cam Cerrone. 1 out, and Max Teeter stands at first. So runners at the corners now with 1 out instead of 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. And now here's Will Schieber in the batter's box. He walked and was forced out at second his first time up in inning number 1. This skips away from Oliver Herman, and maybe some justice there for ETC Mount Michael as Ashton Burrows scores from third as Oliver Herman can't get out of that problem, and advancing up to second goes Max Teeter, and it's a 2-1 ball game now. So Ashton Burrows scores from third on the wild pitch, and Max Teeter now stands at second with 1 out. And Mount Michael fans making some noise, maybe letting out a little bit of frustration after that last call and saying, all right, we got to run anyway.
Yeah, and that's good heads-up base running. He was on the move as soon as he saw that ball fly.
Yeah, not messing around because Oliver Herman's been good at getting up. I mean, we've seen him throw out some base runners on wild pitches already in this tournament. So no hesitation whatsoever. He says, I'm going home. We'll see how aggressive Max Teeter is over there at second. As the count now moves to 3-0. Will Schieber's walked once already, so he's seen the ball well from Caden Warner on the mound. And that's in there for a strike in the bottom of the zone. Will Schieber in the area for ETC Mount Michael as far as their area stats. Got under that one into shallow right. Tough play, but made easily by Parker Zickman. He fires it to third. That was a good throw, man. Oh, my gosh. Max Teeter thought about it for a second, but Zickman hummed it over there to Peters at third, and there's 2 outs. Sometimes, Jamie, it's the little things like that where you just say you don't allow a runner to move up another base.
Yeah, and that makes a huge difference in the in the game of baseball. Absolutely.
So Max Teeter has to hold at second.
Oh, heads up base running right there.
Wow.
Nice.
I didn't even see it.
As soon as the pitch was off, he was gone. That was an excellent heads up play right there, and it just got a little bit away from the catcher here. Hard to make that throw.
So now Mount Michael has the tying run standing at third with 2 outs for the cleanup man, Jamison Berry. He was the DH tonight, and he grounded into a fielder's choice in inning number 1 that ended the inning, so he's 0 for 1. Caden Warner on the mound, kind of a special story for him. We were looking at his stats and just the short amount of games that he played. And some of you might be saying, well, why is that? Because he's looked pretty good tonight. He had a broken foot for part of this summer season that he injured in the spring during high school ball. And so he's been dealing with that. So it's good to see him back on the mound as it's off the glove of Gonzalez, and Mount Michael has tied it in the top of the third with an RBI from Jamison Berry. Gonzalez tried robbing him of the hit by making a nice play, but it just goes off the tip of his glove. And, man, Jamie, we called it as soon as that second inning ended. We said, wow, they don't go down 1-2-3 very often. And the momentum has definitely continued into this inning.
Yeah, the shift, you can feel it in the air down here at the park. ETC is getting a lot louder here now in their fan base. So, yeah.
It's now 3 hits and 2 runs for the Knights, and this first pitch is hit over to Gonzalez. He'll fire it to first. Good dig by Looters. Oh, it just got under his glove. The inning continues on the Central City error as Jamison Berry advances all the way to third, and Wewell reaches on the error.
We have time on the field.
And Central City wants to talk it over. We haven't had to see them talk about things on the mound very often, but, man, Jamie, the momentum, we wondered if it would continue for the Knights. They've scored 24 runs in the last 2 days, 14 runs in 1 inning yesterday. And it just feels like when they get behind, that's when they wake up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It seems like they got to put themselves in a pressure situation, and then that's when they seem to explode.
Now that I think about it, they've been trailing in every single game. They were losing 3-0 to Alliance in game number 1. They were losing 1-0 to Waterloo, right?
They were, yes. We jumped ahead early and then fortunately couldn't hold on to that lead.
Yeah. So, yeah, they were down 1-0 to Waterloo Valley. They were down to Crete 4-1. They were down 2-0 here. So every single game they've been trailing, and they've tied it back up and have the leading run standing at third now with 2 outs for right fielder Anthony Gates in the batter's box, who struck out looking his first time up against Caden Warner. Pickoff play back to first, not in time. So good to see Caden back out there for the Central City fans who are tuning into the broadcast and here tonight that the broken foot, and he's back out on the mound. Runner at third is Barry, and he got under it. It will stay on the infield. Looters, the first baseman, comes under it for out number 3 to end the side. But the Knights of ETC Mount Michael have tied it up. 3 hits, no walks, 2 runs, and 2 left on as we head to the bottom of the third, all tied at 2 on BSDN Live. We'll be right back after we thank our sponsors.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field with the lights on here on a Tuesday evening. Austin McNorton, Jamie Jorgensen here with you in the bottom of the third after ETC Mount Michael ties it up in the top half of the inning with 3 hits and 2 runs. It's now Central City coming back up to the plate. It's their 3, 4, 5 hitters standing in the bottom of the third as this is hit over to first, and it will go foul. It's Erickson, Peters, and Mourner due up here for Central City. Erickson is 0 for 1. He grounded out into a fielder's choice in inning number 1, but he later came around to score one of the 2 runs for Central City. And he chops one over to second. Ben Alessandro fires it to first. And it's 4 sat down in a row now. Or actually, it's 6 sat down in a row now for Ethan Siegman after he left the bases loaded in inning number 1. He's now sat down Luders, Zickman, Gonzalez in the bottom of the order, Jensen, Herman, and Erickson at the top of the order. And that brings Peters at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on 1 pitch as he lined one into left field, and he was left stranded at third. He was the pitcher on the mound last night for Central City. He got the start, and he went 6 innings.
Oh.
And this is over the head of Siegmund, and there's no play. Siegmund tried jumping as high as he could, and he couldn't get to it. It's a 1-out single, and Colvin Peters is 2 for 2. Really nothing you could do in that situation, Jamie.
No, that's a real tough play there. It was a nice try by this shortstop to try to get over there and cover that. But, yeah, those are hard balls to play no matter what inning you're in and what game you're in.
Here's Caden Warner in the batter's box now, and he has a big swing and miss on pitch number 1. He's 0 for 1 as he reached on an error in that bottom of the first and was left stranded at second. Caden Warner was pretty good last night for Central City against the Bombers of West Point as he went 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored, a walk, and he was hit by a pitch and scored a run as well. But he's behind in the count now, 0-2. The runner at first is Colvin Peters, who pitched last night. Now I was talking about his numbers before he singled. When he was on the mound last night for Central City, he threw 6 innings, giving up 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs in their victory over the West Point Bombers, who are now officially eliminated after they got walked off today by Brester Construction.
Man, that was a game.
Bottom of the 9th walk-off, and West Point had it. They had a perfect game going into the top of the 7th, and Brester Construction had a no-hitter going into the top of the 7th, so that tells you how great both pitchers and both defenses were. But West Point was up 2-0 as this is hit to right, and a nice catch made by Gates out there for the Knights. There's 2 away. It was a really great game. All the action happened in the 7th inning and beyond, and West Point led 2-0 going into the 7th, and they led 3-2 going into the bottom of the 9th, and Brester Construction was able to win. It's just awesome. So here we have Logan Vakiner in the batter's box now for Central City, and he looks at a pitch outside. He walked his first time up, which loaded the bases at that point in the bottom of the first with only 1 out, and Central City wasn't able to produce any more runs at that point once they got the bases loaded. Vakiner calls time on the 1-0. Siegman, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, he pitched in game number 1 for Mount Michael against Alliance, right?
Correct. That is correct.
He has batted a couple times, but most of the rest of the tournament he's been used as a courtesy runner and pitched in game number 1.
Yeah.
So now he's faced with a tough task against this Central City lineup, but after kind of a slow first inning where 8 batters came to the plate, 3 hits, a walk, and 2 runs, he's settled in a little bit, but now he's fallen behind 3-0 to Vakiner. It's amazing what can happen when there's just a runner on base. That's ball
That's a big
4.
walk, too.
Vakiner drives a walk. Puts runners on first and second. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 12, Coulter
It is a big walk because it brings up the heavy hitter Coulter Luders. He was last night's player of the game for Central City in their victory over the Bombers because he hit the 1 bomb of the tournament over the left field wall. He was 1 for 3 with that solo home run that led off the bottom of the 4th for Central City. And he steps up now again with 2 on and 2 outs. The last time he was up, he stepped up with the bases loaded and only one out, and all he could do was fly out to right field and short enough that nobody was able to advance also. So the count is 0-1 here on Coulter Looters. And there's a really nicely located pitch from Ethan Siegmund, and the count goes to 0-2, I should say. At second is Peters. He had a one-out single. Vakiner had the two-out walk. And that's been the thing so far in this tournament also. It seems like every time a team has tried to claw their way back against Central City, they've been able to extend a lead. So that's a massive strikeout right there for Ethan Siegmund to keep it tied with runners on. We go to the fourth, tied at 2, right here on BSDN Live. We'll be right back after this.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. We appreciate everyone tuning into our broadcast. Leave a comment in that live chat setting. Where are you watching from? Who you rooting for? Any players you want to shout out, we'll mention it here on the broadcast. That wouldn't be done if it weren't for all those sponsors in the bottom right corner of your screen. So if any of those businesses are in your neck of the woods, be sure to hit them up and thank them for being a part of this broadcast. As Mount Michael comes back to the plate after their 3-hit, 2-run inning in the top of the third to tie up the ball game. It is the 8-9 one-hitters due up here in the top of the fourth as we remain tied, and Caden Warner back out there for Central City. And the count moves to 2-1. Austin McNorton, Kai Jorgensen here with us as Ben Alessandro. He's the hot bat for the Knights as he is at the plate in the batter's box for the Knights. He is 3 for his last 3. All singles, 2 runs scored, and a walk going back to yesterday. And yesterday that was all in the 5th inning that he had 2 hits and 2 runs in that top of the 5th inning. Kai, have you ever seen an inning with 10 hits and 14 runs? No, you haven't. I'll tell you right now, no, you haven't. Because unless you're playing a video game, then, I mean, maybe. Because that's the craziest thing ever. And so there's one on with nobody out. And I'll tell you what, Kai, it seems like ETC has maybe figured out Caden Warner a little bit. Wouldn't you agree?
I would, absolutely would.
So there's a leadoff base runner once again for ETC Mount Michael. And batter number 9, Nolan Jocelyn. So, Kai, you understand better than most when in the bottom of the order against a really good team or a really good pitching staff in Central City, how do you go about these plate approaches when you're saying you want to get your top of the guys back up and get on base? So what's kind of your approach in situations like this?
Really taking it until you get a strike is a big thing. You don't want to risk anything here.
And, yeah, hasn't seen one yet, has Nolan Jocelyn, the center fielder. inside. That's called a strike, a needed one there from Caden Mourner. As Jocelyn is 0 for 1, he grounded out to Mourner on the mound that ended the top of the second. Here he sends one over to short. Gonzalez to second for 1, and it gets under the glove of Zickman. Good base running by Ben Alessandro. He goes to third, and Central City, a rare second error, and the Knights have runners at the corners now with nobody out.
That's a big play for ETC there.
Really good heads-up base running by Ben Alessandro because he goes sliding into second on the force out, and immediately, Kai, he gets back up and goes over to third. How are you reading a play like that when you say, okay, I'm probably going to get out here, and the next thing you know, you're sprinting over to third? How do you read a play like that?
See, I'm really slow, so I probably wouldn't go.
Runner will go to second, and a good play. And this time, ETC Mount Michael is not called for batter interference, and Jocelyn moves up to second. What do you call that, Matt? An E4 on Zickman or on Gonzalez for the throw? On Zickman? Okay, on the catch. Yeah. A rare error by Parker Zickman, but an 0-2 count here on the leadoff man, Ashton Burrows, who's trying to give his team the lead. And Central City, a rare deficit, as he is 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored, a part of that 2-run third inning, where he led off the third inning with a single and scored a run on Jamison Berry's 2 RBI base hit. This is hit over to second. Parker Zickman, all he can do is throw it to first, and the Knights of ETC Mount Michael have taken the lead. Right play there, Kai. You want to send it over to that right side.
Yeah, that's a great sack hit right there.
Burrows out at first on the ground ball to second base. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeters.
Top of the fourth. Austin McNorton, Kai Jorgensen here with you on BSDN Live as ETC Mount Michael has taken the lead over Central City 3-2. Thanks to the leadoff walk from Ben Alessandro, which Matt and I always say leadoff walks are always haunting, and in this case it's haunting for Caden Mourner. And advancing to third is Nolan Jocelyn. He reached on an error. So the runner stands at third, 1 out, and an 0-1 count on Max Teeter, who just found that one off. Max is 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored back in the last inning on that RBI base hit by Jamison Berry. And he's behind in the count 0-2. So it seems like Mourner has now gotten into a little more of a groove as he's not falling behind in any of these counts, Kai. 0-2, the pitch is hit over to third, and Peters will watch it go foul.
That's a tough decision to make there. Swinging on third, I mean, especially a mover like that, you get to hit it foul or it's going to be a drop third, and you never know.
I like the decision from Colbin Peters to watch it go foul, knowing that he wouldn't have been able to get Nolan Jocelyn out at home. So he says, I'll just take an 0-2 count again and trust my pitcher to either get a strikeout in this situation. And a great piece of hitting by Teeter as he sends it into right field. Hard hit. Jocelyn will tag, and the throw is way offline. A sacrifice fly for Max Teeter, and ETC has doubled their lead. It's 4-2. So Brazzi's throw from right field pulled Herman way off of home plate. And Max Teeter comes through again, a sacrifice fly for the third baseman. And sometimes, Kai, we were talking about it. It's all about that bottom of the order. That's been the case for this entire tournament. What can the bottom of your order do? Batters number 8 and 9 here for ETC Mount Michael have just given them the lead with a walk, reaching on an error, and the top of the order brings them in. Sometimes it's just those little things like that when the bottom of your order can come through. And for Central City, the bottom of their order has come through all tournament long. So this is hit over to second. Zickman, a nice play, fires it to first in time to end the side. But Mount Michael has taken the lead No hits, 1 walk, 2 runs, and nobody left on. The Knights lead Central City 4-2 when we come back on BSDN Live. Don't go anywhere.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEConstruction@gmail.com.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402. Austin McNorton and Kai Jorgensen back here with you from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Knights of ETC Mount Michael have taken the lead on Central City 4-2. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's the 8-9 hitters now due up for Central City, and that brings Parker Zickman into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field, and that ended inning number 1, and Ethan Siegman now comes out onto the mound with a lead. And Kai, what's the difference from maybe a defense perspective, a pitching perspective, coming from behind versus now working with a lead? As this is roped to left, Cerrone on the charge, it drops in front of him. Perfectly located hit there from Parker Zickman. And Central City, their bottom of the order now, Kai, immediately comes through with the leadoff single. So that is hit number 5 now for Central City.
Martin Gonzalez.
But go ahead and, Kai, my question of you working with a lead now, how's your approach defensively and on the mound now, saying, all right, how are you attacking this situation here?
It really depends on how well the other team's been hitting. It depends on what runners you have on and how many outs you have. But here with runner on and no outs, you just got to play smart baseball, you know?
Martin Gonzalez, a big cut there on a pitch low and away. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out over to first back in inning number 2. Gonzalez, last night for Central City, he went 1 for 3 with an RBI triple in the 5th inning that kind of blew the game open over the Bombers of West Point. Zickman stands at first. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Over at third, Teeter's playing pretty close to the grass, right on the edge of it. Really nicely located pitch there from Siegman on the outside. It's 1-2. Great crowds here tonight, great weather, just like we expected. Central City's been traveling well the whole tournament, and ETC, they're the closest team in proximity to this stadium left. An attempt down to first, and man, that was honestly close. Gonzalez just held back. But ETC Mount Michael, they're the closest fan base here to the field that's left in the tournament. As this is hit over to second, Alessandro will flip it to second for 1. Over to first, sliding in head first is Gonzalez, so he beats the throw. But there is a force out at second and 1 away.
Gonzalez grounds to the second baseman.
Do you like the play there from Alessandro going to second in that situation, Kai?
That was a very smart play. Everything you can do to keep the runners behind in the base pass.
So we appreciate all the viewers here on our broadcast on BSDN Live. A beautiful night here in Valley. Leave a comment who you're rooting for. Shout out any players, all those kind of good details. Thanks to our sponsors in the bottom right corner. Really nice pitch on the inside part of the zone there on the leadoff man, Quinn Jensen. Quinn is 1 for 2 tonight for Central City with a leadoff single in the bottom of the first and scoring a run. And then he flew out to the shortstop on a softly hit ball in the 1-2-3 second inning, which has really kind of propelled ETC since then, they brought 8 batters to the plate and left the bases loaded in inning number 1. And then Ethan Siegmund come down 1, 2, 3, and ever since then it's been all nights. The 0-2. Oh, man.
That was a nice frame by the catcher there.
It was a really good frame by Wewell behind home plate, and he held it there for a while, thinking that was strike 3 called on Quinn Jensen. The Mount Michael fans were trying to will it into existence. And there it skips in, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. After just missing a pitch like that, how do you just kind of reset now, Kai?
I like to take my mask off and just talk to the field, tell them what they're doing, especially after each batter. That helps me settle down, and I think a lot of the defense plays off what the catcher does, you know?
Absolutely. And there's a pitch that just misses. And after thinking it was strike 3, now the count goes full. And you don't want to put 2 on for the next 2 batters. Oliver Herman and Connor Erickson have made everyone pay every time. Hard hit ball through the hole on the left side past the diving glove of Max Teeter. And oh boy, Central City in business now as Martin Gonzalez moves up to second. Quinn Jensen has his second hit of the night, stands at first with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, here come the 2 hot bats for Central City, Oliver Herman and Connor Erickson. They've been very, very dominant for the team in green all summer long. And they have a chance now to either tie up the game with a tying run at first or take the lead. Right here, Oliver Herman's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a fly out in foul territory to third. Oliver this season, after this pitch, 1-0, is hit hard over to third. Max Teeter will lay the tag down on the lead runner, Zickman. And a double play to first. I didn't even see it. What happened, Kai?
The third baseman tagged out the runner from second and threw it across the field.
What an incredible play by Max Teeter. He tags out Martin Gonzalez, fires it over to first, and Oliver Herman is forced out. For the force-out, throw-out, Max Teeter does it all. As we go to the top of the 5th, ETC Mount Michael holds a 4-2 lead when we come back on BSDN Live.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
Austin McNorton and Kai Jorgensen back here with you in the bottom of the top of the 5th. Sorry, on BSDN Live. Happy to be here with you as ETC Mount Michael holds a lead over Central City, 4-2, and due up for the Knights are their 4, 5, 6 hitters, and that brings up the first baseman Will Schieber into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a pop-up over second and a walk back in inning number 1. So the Knights once again use their defense to prevent Central City from having a big momentum inning, and they immediately come out. A hard hit ball to Gonzalez at short, a high throw, and a nice play by Luders at first to save Gonzalez of another error and a routine ground out on paper, but it was anything but that. Man, that was nice, Guy. I mean, for Coulter, look at that athleticism over there at first. That's incredible.
I kind of caught a glimpse of his face, and I think he was as shocked as we were.
He had to jump way up in the air, and he's pretty tall over there at first. And then when he came back down, it popped up out of his glove, and he had to reach back out for it, pull it in, and step on the bag for out number 1. And here's Jamison Berry now. He sends a chopper over to short. We'll see what Gonzalez does this time. Much better play. And there is a routine 6-3 ground out, just like it shows in the score sheet. And now it's a quick 2 up, 2 down here for the Knights as it brings up Miles Wewell into the batter's box. The catcher is 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out to second, and he reached on an error in the 3rd inning and was left stranded at first in that inning as well.
A 3 up, 3 down inning for Central City here could definitely move a lot of momentum with the bats.
Yeah, definitely. You could kind of tell they were, Oliver Herman especially, just kind of frustrated with how that bottom of the 4th inning when they had 2 on and only 1 out, and with the best 2 guys coming to the plate, you could tell they were just like, man, that felt like an opportunity. So if they're able to create some defensive momentum here, I think you're right, Kai. I think that could do well for the team in green going to the bottom of this one. Wewell's at the plate, just trying to keep the line moving and prevent that from happening. Oh, baby, what a pitch that was. Maybe the best pitch of the night from Caden Warner. A breaking ball floats back over the plate, getting Wewell down looking. There it is, Kai, a 3 up, 3 down inning in the top of the 5th. On BSDN Live, we'll be right back. Central City trailing by 2 when we come back.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. It's hit right over to first on the first pitch of the at-bat. Really nicely done. And, boy, Ethan Siegmund has gotten down Oliver Herman and Connor Erickson 4 times in a row now. And Central City, a 1-pitch ground out in the bottom of the 5th as here we are with the lights on in Valley, and ETC Mount Michael holds on to a 4-2 lead. Which, I don't know, Kai, correct me if I'm wrong, it just feels like, as from everything we've seen from the Central City team, a 2-run lead doesn't feel like it's enough.
No,
are you getting that
absolutely
sense?
not. But it also feels like Central City has definitely slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. It feels like, I don't know if there's a fatigue factor because both Herman and Erickson have kind of struggled a little bit tonight. Peters has been the best at-bat for them so far, but Ethan Siegmund has thrown them some really good pitches like that one there, and Central City is just they just feel a little bit more off balance than we're used to seeing, especially from the second inning on. They brought 8 batters to the plate in inning number 1, and ever since then, they've just gone ice cold as this is sent to straightaway right, a routine play for Gates that he makes, and there's 2 away.
Peters flies out to the right fielder for the second out of the inning. Now bring him to the pitcher, number 6, Caden Warner.
Now Caden Warner comes back into the batter's box. And here's Caden Warner, the guy who had that beautiful strike 3 pitch on Miles Wewell to end the top of the half of this inning. He now steps up with nobody on and 2 outs and fouls off the first pitch. Caden is 0 for 2 tonight, reaching on an error in inning number 1 and flying out to right in inning number 3. One ball and 1 strike. Thank you, Jennifer, for your nice comment. Jennifer Lonick from Alliance. She was here all weekend long and said it was a good tournament. The Alliance fans, boy, did they travel well. They were a fun team to host here in Valley. There's no doubt about that. We appreciate your time, Lonick. And there is strike 3 called. Ethan Siegman gives Caden Warner a little taste of his own medicine. We go to the 6th, and ETC Mount Michael holds on to a 4-2 lead when we come back on BSDN Live.
ETC 4, Central City 2.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
For ETC Knights, the right fielder, number 57, Anthony Gates.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton, Kai Jorgensen back here with you for the top of the 6th. ETC Mount Michael continues to hold a 4-2 lead over the undefeated Central City squad as we go to the top of the 6th. Due up for the Knights are their 7, 8, 9 hitters, and that brings up the right fielder Anthony Gates, who sends one into shallow left.
Great
a catch! Unbelievable! Logan Vakiner out and left for Central City makes the diving grab, robbing Gates of a base hit, and there's 1 out. Man, Kai, you called it. It looked like Logan just read it right away.
I know.
The second baseman, number 1, Ben Alessandro.
And Ben Alessandro steps up. Definitely been the hot bat for the Mount Michael squad. He is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. And he is, his last 5 at-bats, he is on base percentages 1,000. He's 3 for 3. Has 2 walks and 3 runs scored. This is hit right back up the middle. Warner picks it over to first in time. How about that from Caden Warner, showing a little athleticism off the mound.
Man, these last few innings have been insane defensively. I mean, both teams, it's gone 3 up, 3 down.
Andy Schroeder watching from Kansas City says, go Knights. We'll continue to give shout-outs where you're watching from, all those good details on BSDN Live. Strike called on the outside part of the plate to Nolan Jocelyn. The center fielder for the Mount Michael squad is 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out to the pitcher, and he reached on an error and scored a run in inning number 4, a part of that 2-run, 1-walk inning on an error and a sacrifice fly. When Alessandro walked, he reached on the error, and he represents run number 4 for ETC Mount Michael, leading the undefeated Central City team 4-2 here in the top of the 6th. But, Kai, as we've seen, this game is far from over. We've seen a lot of teams come back from deficits much larger, and in less time, like today, we saw already Brester Construction come down from 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to go ahead and win against West Point. And we know, too, that this Central City team, 1 through 9, their lineup is as good as it gets. So for Ethan Siegmund, he's hoping his team can just, as he's not batting in the lineup tonight for the team in red, he's hoping his team can just create a little bit more cushion, as the Central City squad has actually out-hit them tonight. It's just been the walks and one more mistake for Central City that's been the difference. Here's a pitch inside, and right now, this is a really good at-bat, Kai, from the 9-hole hitter. Seen a lot of pitches, fouling some off. He's now been able to work this thing full.
This is what my coach calls a quality at-bat.
There's a pitch outside. Yeah, I'd say that's a quality at-bat from your 9 batter, as you're now bringing up the top of the order. Once again, Nolan Jocelyn comes through for his Knights teammates, getting the top of the order back up with 2 outs and a runner on.
This could absolutely cause some mental errors for the Central City team here.
Burrows shows bunt, pulls it back, and Jocelyn will walk back to first. Interesting bunt with 2 outs. Jocelyn is 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a run scored in inning number 3. A ground out to second in the 4th, and a ground out to the pitcher in inning number 1 that started out the ball game. Surely he's not bunting here, right, Matt? 2 outs. Oh, he crushes it to center and deep, but
and a
right.
Nice play by the
yeah,
center fielder.
really nice play by Erickson. He read it right away off the bat for out number 3. So it's no hits, 1 walk, no runs, and 1 left on. To the bottom of the 6th we go. ETC Mount Michael leads it 4-2 when we come back on BSDN Live.
Central City, 2.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com. Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Austin McNorton and Kai Jorgensen back here with you in the bottom of the 6th for the Class B Junior State Tournament on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field. The lights are on for a really great game. ETC Mount Michael leads Central City 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And due up for the team in green are their 6, 7, 8 batters, and that brings the left fielder Logan Vakiner into the batter's box. He has walked twice, so somebody who has really seen the ball well in the batter's box. Sandy Winchester says, bring on the green machine.
You can't sit on pitches like that. That was a perfect one right down the middle.
It just seems like, oddly, because we haven't seen it all tournament long, that Central City has just yet to figure out Ethan Siegman. They just seemed a little bit off balance right now, Kai.
And it's looking like this umpire really liked that inside line there.
Yeah, it's been consistent, and Ethan knows it's consistent. A check swing. He did not go, as we will tried laying the tag down as an appeal down to the first base umpire. 1-2, or 2-2, I should say. But there, once again, Kai, you could tell that pitch, even though he was able to hold it back, it kind of fooled him a little bit. There's strike 3 right there in the top of the zone. Another looking strikeout for Ethan Siegman. It's back-to-back backwards Ks for the Mount Michael righty. And here comes the first baseman, Coulter Luters, into the batter's box. The first baseman's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out to right with the bases loaded and a strikeout with 2 on. So he's just trying to be a base runner now as he doesn't have anybody on base with him in the batter's box. A 1-0 count. And the pitch. Off the end of the bat, behind the legs of Wheatwell, and foul. Luter's numbers this season in the batter's box, a .297 batting average with a .420 on base percentage. He has 19 hits, 12 of them being singles, 6 doubles. He now has 2 home runs after the one last night.
That is a nice hit ball.
Into the way far corner in left field. Cerrone gets it in, but it's a stand-up double for Coulter Luters, which gives him double number 7 on the season.
That's a big motivator for Central City right there. Runner in the scoring position.
Double. That'll now bring in the second baseman, number 1, Parker Zickman.
Here comes Parker Zickman now up. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single back in inning number 4 and a fly out to center, but maybe creating a little bit of momentum as that stops 5 sat down in a row for Central City as it was roped down the third base line and way into the corner off your screen there. Cerrone ran as fast as he could, but Luters with his wheels got to second standing. And this is hit over to short. Burrows fires it to first. There's 2 away. They throw it to third, and it gets away from Max Teeter all the way to the fence, and that will drive in a run on the E3. So Coulter Luters scores from second on the throwing error. Parker Zickman is out at first.
Zickman grounds out to the shortstop for the second out of the inning.
So a big error there. And just like that, Central City's pulled within 1.
Smart base running really wins games. I mean, if you see, he took off as soon as that ball was thrown, and he just got really lucky that third baseman missed the ball.
So it goes under the glove of Max Teeter at third, who, man, it would have been a close play at third had Max hung on to it. And then this one is sent into deep center field.
Oh,
back goes
hit.
Jocelyn. It's over his head. Standing at second and holding at second, it's a stand-up 2-out double for Martin Gonzalez, and the tying run stands at second with 2 outs for Central City. Their second double of the inning.
This might be Central City's inning.
With a stand-up double.
Well, when the bottom of the order comes through like they have all tournament long, the 7-batter hits a double, the 9-batter hits a double. Now you go to the top of the order with the tying run standing at second and 2 outs. And momentum, Kai, like you said, definitely on the side of the team in green. Here's the pitch. There's a good breaking ball in there for a strike on Quinn Jensen. He's been pretty good tonight, 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. The pitch is off the end of the bat. In foul territory, the first baseman Schieber is there, and ETC holds the tying run at second. So it's 2 hits, no walks, 1 run, and 1 left on for Central City as they've made it a 1-run ball game going to the 7th. You don't want to miss the end of this one on BSDN Live. We'll be right back after we thank our sponsors.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility
for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. To the top of the seventh we go. Central City has trimmed the deficit to 1. ETC Mount Michael Knights lead 4-3 with their 2-3-4 guys due up. Austin McNorton, Kai Jorgensen here with you from Frost Family Stadium. The lights on above Chris Frank Field. It's Teeter, Cerrone, and Schieber due up, the heart of the order for the team in red. Looking to add a little bit more insurance to this one-run lead because coming up in the bottom of the seventh for Central City would be their 2-3-4 batters, and Oliver Herman, Connor Erickson, and Colbin Peters, who have arguably been the best three bats of the entire tournament. So a little bit more insurance for their guy, Ethan Siegmund, would be massive. It's a 2-1 count on Teeter. The pitch is off the end of the bat into shallow right. It will go fair, and a nice catch made by Brazzi out there right on the white chalk for out number 1. Well, Kai seemed like he really saw that well off the bat.
Teeter flies out to the right fielder for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder.
So Teeter's night is done. He's 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, a sacrifice fly, a fly out to center, and a fly out to right. Here's Cam Cerrone in the batter's box. Wow, what a breaking pitch that was. It just missed a little bit high from Mourner, still out on the mound. He's pitched a good one. 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs, and he's left 6 batters on base tonight through 6 1/3. He's pitched about as good as he can, considering coming off of a broken foot in the spring and only pitching 2 games in the entire summer and only 8 innings in the entire summer, if I remember that right. Only 8 innings all summer. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Cam Cerrone. Cam is 1 for 3 tonight with a single in inning number 1. He was left stranded at second. He had batter's interference called on him in inning number 3, and then he grounded out to second to end the top of the 4th. The 1-2 is high, and the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What's Caden's pitch count at, Matt? 98. So creeping up to the century mark is Mourner. Pitched a really good game. Off the end of the bat, it goes foul into the Mount Michael dugout.
Mourner's really hammering down on this guy. I mean, making him swing is the easiest way to make it out, right?
But credit to Cerrone. He's fouling off a lot of the pitches, just trying to battle, looking for what you said, Kai, a quality at-bat, which we've seen Mount Michael have a couple of those tonight. Nolan Jocelyn had the most recent one where he fouled off about 4 pitches in a row and then drew a walk.
And I mean, Cerrone wearing down the pitcher, that's just great for Mount Michael.
Hit over to third. Peters fires it to first in time, and there's 2 away in the top of the 7th. And now here comes the first baseman, Will Schieber, into the batter's box for the Knights. Will Schieber comes into the right-hand box, working with a 1-run lead Central City trying to create some momentum with their defense going into the bottom of the 7th for a potential walk-off. First pitch swung on, hit to deep left, deep left. And it is caught by Vakeener out there up against the bottom of the wall. It just kept going. And yeah, that might create some momentum for the team in green. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Mount Michael tries to hold on to the 1-run lead when we come back on BSDN Live.
4, Central City 3.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Final chance for Central City to keep their undefeated season alive as we go to the bottom of the 7th. ETC Mount Michael Knights 4, Central City 3. Austin McNorton, Kai Jorgensen with you from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. You want to talk about an environment. We are in an electric one right now. Everybody making some noise as it's the 2-3-4 hitters due up here for Central City. That brings Oliver Herman into the batter's box. So you have the right part of the order certainly due up here for Central City. The 2-3-4 guys, Herman, Erickson, and Peters have all been special in this tournament. Herman tonight is 1 for 3 with a single in the first inning, a fly out to third in the second, and a ground out to third in the fourth. Herman has 29 hits coming into this tournament, 12 singles, 14 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. And he has a 1-2 count against him now.
Looks like he's just swinging a little early at these pitches here.
And what's the key right here for Central City? You just want to try and keep the line moving and not have one. I mean, you can't win it with one hit, with one swing of the bat. It feels like Herman is trying. He swung as hard as I've ever seen him swing in this tournament on that first pitch.
See, that's the problem. You need to go one swing at a time, one base runner at a time. That's how you win baseball games.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ooh, man. That's a massive pitch for both teams. It is just on the outside part of the plate. Oliver Herman stays alive. Wewell tried to frame it. The full count pitch is chopped to third, and we'll do it again. Ooh. There's nothing better than postseason baseball where literally everyone is living do or die on every single pitch. For ETC, if they lose, season's over. Central City, they only want to play one game tomorrow. And Herman's on with the leadoff walk. After what was maybe strike 3, turns into ball 4. And exactly what Central City wanted, the tying run at first with nobody out.
Yeah, smart base running is going to win this baseball game for Central City here.
That's the 3rd walk of the night for Central City. And Connor Erickson, he's due. First pitch, hit over to second. Alessandro to second for 1. He won't fire it to first, but that's a huge out for ETC. Oh, they're saying is it base runner interference? Oh, they're going to say it's base runner interference on Central City. Oliver Herman didn't slide. Are they going to say Connor Erickson is out at first? Oh, man!
Holy cow.
What a big play for ETC. Oliver Herman didn't slide going into second. on the force out. So it's base runner interference, and just like that, Kai, 2 up, 2 down.
Man, this is holy cow. I mean, I'm speechless right now. An absolutely nice 2-out rally could win it here for Central City, but I mean,
You get the leading run on with a walk, and next thing you know, Mount Michael is 2 strikes away from handing Central City their first loss of the summer.
and with a pitcher like this, I mean, they're just wearing out these batters.
A chopper
There
hit
it
back
is.
up the middle. Ethan Sigmund, tough play to first, throws it way wide. Rounding first, Colbin Peters will get to second standing as it went all the way against the right field wall. Still 2 outs, but now Central City has the tying run standing at second. So Colbin Peters
Reaches on infield single, advances on the throw here.
it would have had to have been a perfect throw from Ethan Siegman, and even if it was, I don't think he would have been able to beat out Colbin Peters on the infield single. He couldn't have bunted that any better than he did on that swing. It's the 9th hit of the night for Central City. They had 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, and now 1 in the seventh. And it'll be a pinch runner out at second for Central City.
Second base, number 9, Angelo Pozzi.
Pozzi stands at second
Pitcher number 6,
for Caden Warner, trying to tie up the ball game here for his team. The kid who had a broken foot in the spring pitched for just the 3rd time tonight, pitched a gym tonight for Central City, has a chance and swings on the first pitch. Caden is 0 for 3 tonight for Central City, reaching on an error, flying out to right, and striking out looking. 0-1 count.
A nice play single here.
And this is hit out into deep right field, and it will go foul. Oh, man. Everybody on their feet on that play. Everyone in the whole ballpark stood up for that as they thought that Central City just tied the game. It goes foul into the corner, and Central City is down to their final strike of the night with the tying run standing at second.
This could be it for either team right here. One nice play single ties it up, and
You want to talk about pressure. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed! ETC! The Knights hand Central City their first loss of the summer! And we will have a 2-game championship Wednesday. How fitting for this tournament. I mean, this tournament has been so good.
Well played game.
And, Kai, it feels like you couldn't have had a Wednesday without 2 games tomorrow.
exactly.
So, how fitting for Ethan Siegman. He gets Caden Warner to strike out to end the ball game. Central City has their first loss of the summer, and Kai, ETC has worked their way all the way from the losers bracket. They got walked off by Alliance in game number 1. They might be the hottest team in the tournament right now. They've won 3 games in a row and are now 1 game away from a Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship.
Yeah, I mean, they sent us home game 2, so I would not be surprised if they sent both Central City and Lincoln Christian home.
I cannot wait to find out how tomorrow shapes up. So let's go ahead and look at the bracket here real quick for everyone still tuning in. We're going to come back on our postgame show after we thank our sponsors and talk to Ethan Siegmund, the winning pitcher for ETC Mount Michael. But how it will work out now is ETC will move to play either the winner of Central City and Lincoln Christian to determine who is the champion of this tournament. So first game will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Second game will be at 7 o'clock with the lights on. Kai, your final thoughts, my friend.
That was an incredible baseball game played by both teams, but ETC they had the better pitcher, and they just played better baseball at the end of the day.
We'll be right back on BSDN Live talking to Ethan Siegmund when we come back in a moment. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional...
And welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton here with you to wrap it up. What an unbelievable tournament this has been, and we've seen it all. We saw a walk-off today. We saw a home run. We saw a triple play. We saw ETC score 14 runs in one inning yesterday. And, boy, they carried that momentum into tonight and just handed Central City their first loss of the entire summer. Final score, ETC Mount Michael 4, Central City 3. We're talking to winning pitcher who goes the distance against the best lineup 1 through 9 in the entire state of Nebraska, giving up 9 hits, 3 walks, only 3 runs, and leaving 7 Central City players on base. Ethan Siegmund, and man, Ethan, you guys were celebrating like crazy with your fans and your teammates after that one. Take me through the emotions of a game like that, man.
Well, we knew yesterday our bats were hot. We just had to keep it going, and as soon as we got loud, everything fell into place.
The 14-run inning, do you feel like you just kind of hinted at it that and you guys in the last, well, let's see here if I can do, you scored 9 runs against Waterloo Valley on Sunday. You scored 15 yesterday against Crete. You score 4 here today. Your bats are red hot. What's the confidence that you guys, I know you didn't bat, but just the feeling in the dugout from your guys whenever they're going to bat?
Well, it's always very exciting because we trust our guys and we know what they can do, and since area, we've just been getting better and better every game.
Only 4 strikeouts thrown by you tonight, which that shows me you really trusted your defense. How valuable are those guys behind you?
Well, I know that if I put it over a play against a good hitting team and hit my spots, I know they'll play the defense for me.
So did you get a chance to watch this Central City team at all coming into tonight? Because you talked about how great their hitters are, and they've been really red hot this entire tournament. You give up 3 hits and the 2 runs early in the game. What did your teammates say to you? Because ever since that first inning, you shut them down.
Yeah, I knew they had my back. I knew as soon as they scored runs, I'd be very comfortable, and everyone picked up their defense as soon as that happened.
Well, Ethan, tomorrow you're playing for a Nebraska State Championship. How does that feel, and how do you guys take the next 24 hours saying, we'll be back here tomorrow night? We don't know who we're going to play, but we know that game is winner take all. What are the feelings like going into tomorrow, man?
Yeah, it feels great, but we need to stay locked in, keep getting our hitting in before the game, and be ready to play.
Ethan, congrats on the win, man. You just handed Central City their first loss of the summer. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's Ethan Siegmund here with us on the BSDN Live postgame show as ETC Mount Michael wins it by a final score of 4-3. We'll be back on BSDN Live to wrap it all up here in a moment. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud... Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium. An unbelievable day number 4 of this incredible tournament for the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. We have seen everything. We've seen the first loss for a team tonight. We saw a walk-off this afternoon. We saw a 14-run inning yesterday. We saw a one-run victory yesterday. We saw shutouts. We saw home runs. We've seen triple plays. This has delivered in so many different ways, and that was a special performance from Ethan Siegman. Thank him for joining us as ETC Mount Michael has worked their way after losing game number 1 to Alliance in a walk-off. They have come all the way back from the losers bracket to defeat undefeated Central City to now await the winner of Central City and Lincoln Christian to win a state championship tomorrow night. Man, unbelievable. Let's go ahead and look at the final stats for Central City. They had 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs, but they left 7 batters on base. Quinn Jensen, he went 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run scored. Oliver Herman went 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Connor Erickson, probably the first time all summer that he has gone 0 for 4. He did reach base on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Colvin Peters, he went 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Caden Warner went 0 for 4. Logan Vakiner went 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Coulter Luders went 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Parker Zigman went 1 for 3 with a single. And Martin Gonzalez went 1 for 2 with a double. So we'll see Central City back here tomorrow taking on Brester Construction Lincoln Christian with first pitch at approximately 4 o'clock. And for the victorious Knights of ETC Mount Michael, they had 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 runs, and they left 6 batters on base. Ashton Burrows went 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Max Teeter went 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and an RBI sacrifice fly, which turned out to be the game-winning run. Cam Cerrone went 1 for 4 with a single. Will Schieber drew a walk. Jamison Berry went 1 for 3 with a single. Ben Alessandro, he went 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. And Nolan Jocelyn reached on an error and scored what was the game-winning run for the Knights of ETC. So, final score tonight, it's ETC Mount Michael 4, Central City 3. Central City now falls to 28-1 on the summer. Mount Michael improves to 31-11. Welp, our championship Wednesday is set. We will have 2 games. Central City will take on Brester Construction Lincoln Christian at 4 o'clock. And the winner of that game will take on ETC Mount Michael for a Nebraska American Legion Junior State Championship on Wednesday night. We appreciate all the support from all of you viewers. We wouldn't be able to do this broadcast if it weren't for all the sponsors you see in the bottom right corner. Wait, how does this bracket work? Have I been saying this bracket wrong, Matt? Does Central City
advances to the championship.
So,
No. So Central City plays ETC. They won this game. They played. So the game 13 losers
Okay.
down to here. So that's their first loss.
Okay. So, yes.
They're already automatically in the championship.
Okay. So, yes, I've been saying this wrong. So, sorry about that. So, let me say it right now. So, it will be ETC taking on Lincoln Christian tomorrow at 4. So thank you for that, Matt. I was reading it, and right when I was reading, I was like, I don't think it's right. So it's ETC. They will take on Lincoln Christian at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and the winner of that game will take on Central City at 7 o'clock with the lights on. So we'll see if Central City either takes on Brester Construction or ETC again, but Mount Michael lives to fight another day. The two teams that came out of the losers bracket, Lincoln Christian and ETC, they've been in there since day number 2. They've advanced all the way to the championship game. So, yes, that's how the bracket shapes up. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, ETC Mount Michael will take on Lincoln Christian at 4, and Central City will take on the winner of that game at 7. So thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 4 from Frost Family Stadium. Chris Frank Field for Matt Richmond. Kai Jorgensen, Jamie Jorgensen. We've had all kinds of people. Who did we talked to for ETC? We talked to Ethan Siegman, and for Brester Construction, we talked to Jackson Wobig. So thanks to those two today. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making it happen. For Austin McNorton saying so long from Valley, Nebraska. We'll see you back here tomorrow for a Championship Wednesday on BSDN Live.